I'll just keep talking because y'all are still listening, remarkably. So on this alternator, this is what's called a one-wire alternator, and this post right here is where all the power that gets generated comes out at, and it needs to go into the battery. And what I usually do is run it right down to that hot starter post right there, which runs to the hot post on the battery. That way I can run all that fire right down to the starter, and the starter will, that wire will rejuvenate the battery, and I don't have to run wires all over the car that are carrying that much voltage. And it seemed to me like I should have a pretty decent wire. You know, I don't want to wire that up with a piece of baling wire and some duct tape all over it or nothing like that. So I actually ordered up and bought a little alternator wire here that I'm going to put on there. It's got the little insulated cover and all that fun stuff. Another thing I ordered up and bought, and it hadn't come yet, is the gas line. Somebody said the other day, don't be running that rubber gas line. And they're right. Right now I got a rubber gas line that runs right down between the block and the water pump, runs down to the fuel pump. Well, Chevrolet makes a metal line, or they did, that comes out of here and goes right up to the carburetor. That's what should be on there, because if that line ever breaks, you know, right here in front of all the spark plugs and everything, and on top of that, it's a rubber line running up against some metal. It's going to be hundreds of degrees hot. So I ordered me up one of them. It ain't got here yet. See, I'm losing my energy right now just from talking to y'all. I feel like I need to breathe. I need to breathe a little bit more. And I'm just standing out here talking, so you can imagine if I was lifting heavy engine blocks and fitting transmissions to motors and twisting on torque wrenches, how breathless I would be. And I ain't even through talking. I got more things to talk about. But needless to say, when that line gets here, I'm going to put that line on here, and I'm going to put that alternator wire on here, and I'm going to cut this hose right here and shorten it and reconnect that. So I can straighten up this radiator, and I'm going to add some radiator fluid in that, and I'm going to clean up all this garage. Now this isn't a horrible mess. What I mean by that is, yeah, I got things in the floor and on the table, but I know what I got where and why it's there and what it goes to, even though I ain't got the energy to pick it all up right now. So I will clean this up. I feel a little bit like I'm, what's the word, emulating Cutworm. Y'all don't know how many of y'all are friends with Cutworm. I've been watching, me and Cutworm 63 Impala have been friends for years. Cutworm's had some physical issues. He's about killed himself by breathing too many paint fumes, and back in his younger days, he a lot of times guys, Dead-Eye Dan was like this too. Guys will do things, they'll accomplish things using their superhuman powers, and the problems that come out of that is, Mike Hall was like that too, is you damage yourself so bad doing that. I did it, I ruined my hands. Well, I've had surgery on both my hands, and a doctor told me you can't use your hands for hammers and expect them to still work as hands for very long. And he said, I'll fix them, but you do this again, I won't be able to keep fixing them. So, that was someplace I was going with all this. Welcome to the Forgetful Old Man channel. That's what we should call this here. Welcome to the, and plus on top of all that, we're going to be taking a trip before too long. See, I ain't done no work out here in a week, maybe going on a week and a half because of not feeling good, and then we're going to be going, Christmas is coming up, we're going to be going to see Todd and them, so I'm not going to be here, so I might get behind, although when you're retired, I don't know what behind means, because it just means that you put things off that you were going to do a little bit longer. But I got a lot of things in the works, in the plans. I think a lot of people ain't interested in what I'm doing right now because nobody's watching my videos, but I don't blame them. You know, you put up 30 videos of working on a Chevy engine. After a while, people get the hint, you know. Well, I want to keep watching that for. I've been watching him work on a Chevy engine for a month. I'm getting tired of it. I get that. But I still got other things to do. Like I've got over here I've got that brake cylinder that I'm going to put on the Rambler, and I've got that steering box. I've been talking to Jeff about steering boxes. He's got one too, that Prius steering box, and I ain't got enough energy to go down and see Jeff about that. And he's got another buddy that wants to get together and make videos and talk about stuff, and I don't know if I got video. I don't know if I got the energy for that either. I tell you what I would like to do though. I hadn't walked down to the lake in a long time. It's been raining, it's been cold. I felt bad, but I just woke up this morning and thought, geez, I'd just love to walk down to the lake today.